I just want to have an honest conversation with you. What do you think that your perfectionism is costing you? If you just would be honest with yourself. There's 3 things that I want to point out. I think there's a lot of discussion that could be had about perfectionism and the actual cost of it. I think there's actually quite a few problems with it. I am a recovering perfectionist. I've come a long way in my life, and as far as just overcoming this hurdle, disease, if you want to call it. Honestly, I think it is. But I'm just going to point out the first thing that I see is heart. And if you could just envision a child, a small child, maybe a toddler, someone who's just learning how to walk and talk, and maybe they're learning how to throw a ball, and every time that they get up to try to do something or say something, you just slap them down. You slam them down and you say, no, you're not doing it. That's not the right technique. You're not doing it the right way. It doesn't look like it should look. And just every time they try to go and do something, you push them down. Whether you do that physically or verbally, but the point is that you are not encouraging them in any way. You're just, every single time they try to go do something, it's just, no, that's not enough. That's not good enough. It's not going to work. I wonder if you're the kind of person that would do that, you probably shouldn't be watching my videos. But I don't know how long that child would continue to try if that kept happening to them. You would break their spirit. And so what about your heart? What about your spirit? How's it feel? How does it feel when you hold on to perfectionism with such a tight grip that it is literally costing you all forward movement in your life? And maybe you're trying to convince yourself and trick yourself into thinking that it's not. Maybe you've done 3 things in the past year out of the 30, or so that you wanted to. And it's enough. It's good enough. Is it really? Is it really? It's costing you your heart. Because what about that inner child in you that feels shut down by you all the time? Because it's just never good. It's never good enough. How does that feel to your spirit? And then again, what is it costing you in momentum? The first law of motion, Sir Isaac Newton identified, was an object in motion stays in motion. When your momentum is like turtle pace, it's not very motivating. It's not inspiring. And that's another thing I want to talk about. That's the third thing that at least for me, I think what some of the top offenders are in terms of cost for perfectionism. And if you're holding perfectionism, so I actually do believe it's idolatry. And I think I think that it's really harmful. But I don't necessarily think that people who are caught up in it necessarily see it that way. They might have really, at least what they feel like are really good intentions. But the third thing is inspiration. And I was just talking about that a moment ago. Who is inspired by perfectionism? Are you inspired by perfectionism? Because I know when I look at, and I mean, there's images galore on Pinterest and Instagram, anything you name it, from perfect homes to perfect bodies, perfect whatever. And I don't find that those things inspire me. And it's not that because I don't have an appreciation for beauty. I absolutely do. I value excellence. I value beauty. But perfectionism tends to make me feel a little bit like, I don't know, can I really attain to that? And it doesn't make me feel, when I look at the person who is portraying perfection in whatever it is that they're doing, I tend to look at them and think, but do you really understand what it's like to have this challenge or that challenge? Or this thing. Like you probably have never had to deal with any problems in your life, have you? That's and it doesn't feel good. Again, it's not that I don't celebrate beauty or value it or excellence. in any form of art or any type of accomplishment, excellence in sports, anything. I value those things. But the people who have gotten to where they are, if they're at the top of their game, they definitely did not get there through perfectionism. Those people, none of those people would be where they're at if they were perfectionists, because they had to be really terrible at a thing for a long time before they were able to get where they're at. And that's just the facts. So let's stop kidding ourselves about perfectionism, okay? That it's something that's helping us, that it's something that's going to help us achieve our dreams. I'm talking to you about this again as a recovering perfectionist and somebody who, I think about this a lot. I think about this subject a lot and how much, again, it's costing the kingdom of God, actually. And I think about what a brilliant tool of the devil to use to just get us to silence ourselves, so that we can't be used, so that we cannot be used to build the kingdom of God on this earth, because we're all caught up in ourselves. And so anyway, that's just some perspective. I've been meaning to record this video for quite some time. And anyway, if this is a topic that appeals to you in any way, I'm not going to even edit this. And I am building a YouTube channel, and I want to know what types of subjects you would be interested in hearing me talk about, and just talking about me with. I want to hear your thoughts on perfectionism. What do you think the costs are? And tell me also what subjects you're interested in. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you well.